Mastering clarity. Effective strategies to think clearly under stress. Stress is a powerful force that can cloud our minds and make even simple decisions feel overwhelming. When stress takes hold, our ability to think clearly often slips away, leaving us frustrated and stuck. Yet clear thinking is essential, especially in challenging moments. Understanding how stress affects our mental clarity and learning how to regulate our emotions can help us regain calmness, communicate better, and make sound decisions. This video explores these connections with practical insights grounded in emotional intelligence. How stress clouds our thinking. Stress triggers a biological response designed to protect us from danger. Our brain shifts into a heightened state of alert, releasing hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. While this response can be helpful in emergencies, prolonged or intense stress disrupts the brain's ability to process information clearly. When stressed, the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for reasoning, planning, and decision-making, becomes less active. Instead, the amygdala, which governs emotional reactions, takes over. This shift can cause narrowed focus. Stress makes us fixate on immediate threats or problems, limiting our ability to see the bigger picture. Impaired memory. Stress interferes with working memory, making it harder to hold and manipulate information. Reduced creativity. Generating new ideas or solutions becomes difficult when the brain is stuck in survival mode. Emotional reactivity. We may respond impulsively or with heightened emotions rather than thoughtful consideration. For example, imagine you're facing a tight deadline at work while dealing with personal challenges. The pressure can make it difficult to prioritize tasks or communicate effectively with colleagues. You might find yourself overwhelmed by small setbacks or unable to think through problems calmly. Recognizing these effects is the first step toward managing stress and protecting your mental clarity. Emotional regulation as a foundation for clear thinking. Emotional regulation is the ability to manage and respond to emotional experiences in a balanced way. It doesn't mean suppressing feelings, but rather understanding and guiding them constructively. Emotional regulation supports clear thinking by reducing emotional hijacking. When emotions run unchecked, they can cloud judgment. Regulating emotions helps keep the amygdala in check and allows the prefrontal cortex to function. Increasing resilience. Managing emotions builds mental strength, helping you bounce back from setbacks without losing focus. Improving focus. Calm emotions free up cognitive resources, making it easier to concentrate and solve problems. Enhancing self-awareness. Understanding your emotional state helps you recognize when stress is affecting your thinking. Practical ways to build emotional regulation include mindful breathing. Taking slow, deep breaths activates the parasympathetic nervous system, calming the body and mind. Labeling emotions. Naming what you feel, I'm anxious, I'm frustrated, reduces their intensity and creates distance. Pause before reacting. Giving yourself a moment to respond rather than react impulsively helps maintain clarity. Self-compassion. Treating yourself kindly during stressful times reduces negative self-talk that can worsen stress. For instance, if you receive critical feedback at work, instead of reacting defensively, you might pause, acknowledge your feelings, and then respond thoughtfully. This approach preserves your clarity and supports constructive communication. The link between calmness, communication, and decision-making. Clear thinking under stress is closely tied to calmness. When you cultivate calm, you create space for better communication and decision-making. Calmness supports communication. Stress often makes conversations tense or rushed. When you feel calm, you can listen actively. Calmness allows you to focus fully on what others are saying without jumping to conclusions. Express yourself clearly. You can articulate your thoughts and feelings without being overwhelmed by emotion. Manage conflicts. Calm communication reduces misunderstandings and helps find common ground. Imagine a difficult conversation with a family member. Approaching it with calmness helps you stay present, hear their perspective, and express your own needs without escalating tension. Calmness enhances decision-making. Stress can push us towards snap decisions or avoidance. Calmness encourages balanced evaluation. You can weigh options thoughtfully rather than reacting to fear or urgency. Long-term thinking. Calmness helps you consider consequences beyond immediate relief. Confidence. When calm, you trust your judgment and are less swayed by anxiety or doubt. For example, when deciding whether to change jobs during a stressful period, calm reflection helps you assess your values, goals, and risks clearly. Practical strategies to think clearly when stressed. Building on emotional regulation and calmness, here are effective strategies to maintain clarity under stress. 1. Create physical space. Step away from the stressful situation if possible. A short walk, a quiet room, or even a few moments outside can reset your mind. 2. Use grounding techniques. Focus on your senses to anchor yourself in the present moment. Notice 5 things you see, 4 you hear, 3 you feel, 2 you smell, and 1 you taste. 3. Break tasks into smaller steps. Large problems feel less daunting when divided into manageable parts. This approach reduces overwhelm and clarifies priorities. 4. Practice journaling. Writing down your thoughts and emotions helps organize your mind and identify patterns that affect your clarity. 5. Seek support. Talking with a trusted friend, mentor, or coach can provide perspective and reduce feelings of isolation. 6. Establish routines. Consistent daily habits, such as regular sleep, exercise, and meals, stabilize your body and mind, making it easier to handle stress. 7. Limit multitasking. Focus on one task at a time to improve concentration and reduce cognitive overload. 8. Use positive self-talk. Replace negative thoughts with encouraging statements that remind you of your strengths and past successes. Connecting this to emotional intelligence. This post fits into the broader emotional intelligence series by emphasizing self-awareness, self-regulation, and social skills. Emotional intelligence teaches us to recognize how stress impacts our thinking and equips us with tools to manage it effectively. By mastering clarity under stress, you enhance your ability to understand your emotions and their effects on your mind. Regulate your responses to maintain calm and focus. Communicate with empathy and clarity. Make decisions aligned with your values and goals. These skills build a foundation for resilience and well-being in all areas of life. In conclusion, stress can significantly impair our ability to think clearly, but by understanding its effects and implementing strategies for emotional regulation, calmness, and effective communication, we can regain our mental clarity. The practical techniques discussed in this post serve as valuable tools in navigating stressful situations, ultimately leading to better decision-making and improved emotional intelligence. Cultivating these skills not only enhances our personal well-being, but also enriches our interactions with others, fostering a more resilient and fulfilling life.